Governor, being hacked by
I'd like to ask you about
the
please.
FBI did an investigation.
Gentlemen.
It's clear the vice presidential candidates had plenty to say during their one and only debate.
Plus, you'll want to keep an eye out for the little ones on your drive this morning for International Walk to School Day.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning on this hump day. I'm Emily Scarlett. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning.
And I'm James Sears. The 2016 presidential candidates are back on the campaign trail today after a fiery vice presidential debate in Virginia. Tim Kaine repeatedly asked Mike Pence to defend Donald Trump's controversial comments, while Pence attacked Hillary Clinton's record as Secretary of State. Greg Boswell has the debate's most talked about moments.
Tim Kaine and Mike Pence ended their one and only debate shaking hands, but for much of the night.
When Donald Trump says women should be punished, or Mexicans are rapists and criminals.
Senator, you whipped out that Mexican thing again.
They went toe-to-toe.
Her private server was subject
Governor,
to being hacked by...
I'd like to ask you about...
The
please.
FBI did an investigation.
Gentlemen.
And they concluded that there was
Senator?
no reasonable prosecutor who would take it further.
Senator Kaine.
Repeatedly talking over moderator CBSN's Elaine Quijano as they fiercely defended their running mates.
Donald Trump supports our troops. Donald Trump supports our veterans.
He won't pay taxes.
Donald Trump has paid all the taxes that he's... Do you not take deductions?
Gentlemen, this
How
is
does that work?
about Syria.
The fiery discussion here in Farmville was amplified on social media. On Facebook, one of the most talked about moments was the candidates trading jabs on an insult-driven campaign.
If Donald Trump had said all the things that you said he said, in the way you said he said them, he still wouldn't have a fraction of the insults that Hillary Clinton leveled when she said that half of our supporters were a basket of deplorables.
He is asking everybody to vote for somebody that he cannot defend.
Both campaigns claimed victory as soon as the debate ended.
Senator Kaine could not stop interrupting Governor Pence, but he couldn't stop interrupting the female moderator. It was really unhinged. It was very unfortunate.
Pence had a mission, and that was to try to change the trajectory of a very bad week for Donald Trump. That didn't happen.
Trump and Clinton meet face-to-face for their second presidential debate this Sunday in St. Louis. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Farmville, Virginia.
Today, Clinton will attend private events in Washington, D.C., while Trump campaigns in Nevada.
A canceled debate is causing some political controversy in Iowa. The fallout surrounding the race for a U.S. Senate comes after incumbent Senator Chuck Grassley announced he would not participate in the Iowa Public Television's debate. His campaign didn't explain why he pulled out of the debate. Grassley's challenger, Patty Judge, responded by calling the move unacceptable.
He is unwilling to debate in the largest city in the state. He's unwilling to go to the soapbox at the Iowa State Fair and stand up in front of Iowa. He has not had a public town hall meeting in this city during the last term, 6 years in office. I think he owes you better.
Grassley's campaign has not responded to requests for comment from Local 4 News.
Plans are finally in the works to fully utilize the Thompson Prison in Illinois. The facility has not been used for more than a decade. Now work is underway for the prison to house maximum security inmates by the end of next year. The federal government purchased the facility 4 years ago, spending $14 million on updates since then to get it ready. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin got a look at the work on Tuesday.
So what started as a pretty sad situation with an empty prison, an investment by our state that was not being used for more than a decade at the expense, obviously, of state taxpayers and the local communities, has now turned the corner and is moving forward to become a first-class federal facility.
Work at the prison includes cleaning up mold, upgrading technology, and improving health facilities. More than 100 people work at the prison right now. That number is expected to climb once the facility opens in full.
Free mammograms are now being offered to uninsured women in Illinois. It's all made possible through a $20,000 grant from an affiliate of the Susan G. Komen Foundation. The Illinois Breast and Cervical Cancer Program is currently lacking funding, and that's not expected to change until a budget is reached. Governor Ron Norris proposed a 71% cut to the program. Advocates say the grant will help women who otherwise would not have access to early screening.
Being discriminated against because you don't have insurance is an unfortunate situation, and you know, those services should be made aware of and afforded to everyone.
It's estimated that more than 10,000 women in Illinois will be diagnosed with breast cancer next year alone.
Some road work in Bettendorf could slow you down this fall. Starting today, crews will begin widening part of Middle Road. That work will take place between Hopewell Avenue and north of Forest Grove Drive. At times during the construction, traffic may be moved onto the gravel shoulder, so crews ask drivers to slow down and look out for signs. The work is expected to wrap up in November, depending on the weather. And you'll want to keep an eye out for the little ones during your morning commute today. Local schools are taking part in International Walk to School Day. The Illinois Department of Transportation is encouraging kids to walk or bike to school to promote a healthy lifestyle. Last year, 129 schools in Illinois participated in this event.
Well, it's definitely not your typical concert venue. Some jazz players gathered at Oakdale Memorial Gardens in Davenport yesterday. The Hot Jazz Stompers, a band from Germany, was passing through and wanted to stop and honor the late Bix Beiderbecke. They say his career in jazz has greatly influenced their music.
For me, it's about Bix Beiderbecke as well, but it's also bigger than Bix Beiderbecke. Jazz, blues, and that kind of soul, that music that lives on through the ages as Bix lives on. And I think being here today is a reflection of that level of respect we have for his legacy and the legacy of jazz and making that kind of music.
About a dozen people showed up to watch the concert. Some great weather for that concert. A beautiful day yesterday.
Yeah, and they were sounding pretty good too. Nice to see people so passionate about keeping that legacy alive. Let's check in with meteorologist Anthony Peoples. As James mentioned, it was a great day outside yesterday.
It was definitely a great day for anything outdoors, even that, and my philosophy is, I know you have to mourn people when they pass on, but you should always celebrate life, and they were having a great celebration there. We do have some showers and storms moving through eastern Iowa. When I say storms, there have been some rumbles of thunder, and we're also seeing some heavier rain where you're seeing the yellow there. And as we zoom in here, you can see moderate to heavy rain now moving into West Liberty. That has been moving through Iowa City. A few showers off to the north, but again, the heaviest of the rain this morning is across our far southern hometowns. Right now heading toward Mount Pleasant and Fort Madison. And as we go through the morning, this will continue to move through the area and out of here. 66. We have a south wind at 9 in the Quad Cities, and as we put our temperatures into motion, once we get the rain out of here and we push the rain to the east and the sun comes out, temperatures will be making it up to near 80 or the low 80s in our southern hometowns.
Looking forward to that 80. That looks really good on that map.
Yeah, at this time of the year, we need to enjoy all of those 70s and 80s we get because, on the other hand, much cooler air starts to come in. Those fronts get colder and colder, and eventually winter will be here.
Oh boy, well, I plan to enjoy the warm weather while we can.
Me too.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks so much. Coming up, a Hollywood funny man reveals a serious health crisis.
We've got that and more next in your entertainment report.
The time now is 5:39. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with James Sears, Emily Scarlett, and meteorologist Anthony Peoples. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.